Alex stepped off the sleek shuttle, the air of the alien city shimmering with a strange, almost magical light. Towering crystal structures rose like mountains, reflecting every color of the sky. The city seemed alive, almost breathing, and Alex couldn't help but pause to take it all in. He had traveled across galaxies before, but nothing had prepared him for this. "Welcome to Eloria," said a soft voice beside him. A small, winged alien, no taller than a human child, hovered in the air. Its skin glowed faintly, and its eyes shimmered like liquid silver. "I am Lyran, your guide," Alex nodded. "Thank you. It's beautiful." Lyran's wings fluttered nervously. "It is, but beauty can be dangerous. Some say the city guards are kind, others say they are ruthless." "Watch carefully," Alex smiled. Danger had a way of following him, and he liked to be ready. He followed Lyran through the streets, marveling at the alien citizens. Some walked on 6 legs, others floated using strange anti-gravity devices, and a few had translucent skin that showed faintly glowing veins beneath. They all paused to look at Alex, whispering to one another. "Do they dislike me?" Alex asked. Lyran shook his head. "Curiosity, mostly. Humans are rare here. You may be the first to come with the potential to bond." Alex frowned. "Bond? The whispers," Lyran said, eyes lowering. "The oldest stories speak of humans who can connect with the Queen. Such a bond is almost unheard of. Some think it is a myth." Alex chuckled softly. "Myth or not, I'm just here to help with your city's energy grid. That's my mission." Lyran gave a small, uncertain smile. "The Queen will see differently soon enough." The city's energy grid was a web of crystalline beams stretching across the city, feeding power into homes, transport systems, and defense networks. As Alex approached the central control hub, he noticed sparks flickering along one of the beams. It was unstable, threatening to collapse the entire network. "Here we go," Alex muttered. He examined the crystalline conduit, his hands moving quickly but carefully. He adjusted the flow of energy, humming as he worked. The aliens nearby watched, wide-eyed, as the conduit stabilized, glowing steadily once more. "Remarkable," Lyran said. "Most of us could not have fixed it so quickly." Alex shrugged. "I've had practice." He didn't tell Lyran that his practice came from years of living on harsh planets, where quick thinking could mean the difference between life and death. Word of his success spread quickly. Citizens began approaching, asking questions, and offering small gifts, brightly glowing stones, fruits that floated in midair, and fabrics that changed color with a thought. Alex accepted them politely, though he didn't understand their purpose. The gestures seemed more important than the items themselves. By the time Alex finished, the sun, or what served as a sun in this world, was dipping behind the floating towers, casting long, sparkling shadows. He paused, taking in the beauty and the quiet hum of the city. Then he felt it, a strange vibration in the air, subtle but unmistakable. Lyran noticed too. "The artifact," it whispered. "You have awakened it?" Alex looked around, confused. "What artifact?" From the center of the city's plaza, a small crystalline structure began to glow faintly. Patterns of light swirled across its surface, and a hum filled the air. Alex felt drawn toward it, almost as if the city itself was pulling him closer. He stepped forward instinctively, and the moment his fingers brushed the artifact, a surge of energy shot through him. Visions flashed before his eyes, memories of a powerful being, the alien queen herself. He saw her standing on a high balcony, her gaze sharp, her presence commanding. He felt her thoughts, curiosity, caution, and a strange sense of recognition. Alex stumbled back, gasping. "Are you all right?" Lyran asked, eyes wide. I think I just saw someone," Alex said slowly, his voice uncertain. "Or maybe felt them? I'm not sure." Lyran's expression softened. "You have bonded, even if you do not yet understand. The Queen will see it soon." Alex felt a mix of excitement and worry. Bonding with the Queen was not a trivial matter. The whispers told of humans who bonded, and how their connection could change the course of the planet's history. He had no idea if he was ready for that. As night fell, the city lights shimmered like stars brought down to earth. Alex was escorted to a guest chamber within the palace, a place of crystal and soft light. where walls themselves seemed to hum gently. The room felt alive, almost aware of him, and he could feel the faint pull of the Queen's presence somewhere above. The next morning, Alex awoke to the distant sound of voices. He stepped onto a balcony overlooking the plaza and saw a crowd gathering. At the center was the alien Queen. She was tall and regal, her form shimmering like polished crystal, with a crown of energy hovering above her head. The air around her seemed to vibrate with authority. Her gaze met his, and Alex felt it in his chest, a deep, undeniable recognition. The crowd fell silent as she spoke. Her voice carried across the plaza, calm but powerful, so the whispers were true. "You've truly bonded with the human," she said. Alex swallowed, unsure how to respond. The Queen's words carried weight he could feel in every fiber of his being. He had been noticed, not as a visitor, but as someone extraordinary. "Your presence here is unusual," the Queen continued. "No human has walked among us in centuries, and none have formed this bond. You must tell me, why are you here?" Alex stepped forward. "I am here to help your people, Your Majesty. Your city's energy systems were failing, and I wanted to offer my assistance." "I did not know this would happen." The Queen studied him for a long moment. "Intentions are clear, but the bond, it is not easily broken. You feel my thoughts, my emotions, and I feel yours. Few humans could withstand such a connection. You are exceptional." Alex felt both pride and nervousness. "I do not seek power, Your Majesty. I only wish to help." A soft ripple of approval passed through the crowd, though some aliens whispered nervously among themselves. The bond between Alex and the Queen was unprecedented. Some viewed it with awe, others with suspicion. "You will stay in the palace for now," the Queen said, her gaze unwavering. "We must understand this connection and how it may affect our world. The artifact you activated has awakened more than you know. Its energy flows through you, through me, and perhaps through the entire city. We must proceed carefully." Alex nodded, understanding the weight of her words. His arrival had not only changed his own path, but had already begun to alter the course of the alien civilization. He was no longer just a visitor, he was part of something far greater. A bond that could bridge to worlds. As the sun set, casting long golden rays across the crystalline towers, Alex looked out over the city. He felt a mixture of wonder, excitement, and apprehension. The days ahead would challenge him in ways he had never imagined, but he was ready. For the first time in his life, he felt as though he had a purpose that went beyond survival. He was part of something larger, something historic. And somewhere above, in the heart of the palace, the alien Queen watched, her eyes reflecting the glow of the city. She did not yet fully understand this human, nor the bond that had formed. But she sensed one thing clearly: this human would change everything. The morning light spilled through the crystalline walls of the palace, scattering rainbows across the polished floors. Alex awoke to a sense of anticipation, an energy that seemed to hum inside him. Ever since the artifact had activated, he had felt a strange connection to the alien Queen. Her thoughts, emotions, and presence were always near, like a gentle current guiding him. Lyran hovered by the doorway, wings twitching nervously. "Today, the Queen will meet you formally. Be prepared. She does not speak lightly, and her mind is sharp." Alex nodded, though his nerves stirred quietly. He had faced danger before, but this was different. This was a mind, an intelligence, that could read him almost before he acted. It was exhilarating, but it carried weight. He followed Lyran through winding corridors, each turn more magnificent than the last. The palace was alive in subtle ways. The walls pulsed softly. The floor beneath his feet seemed to respond to his weight, and faint whispers of ancient energy lingered in the air. It was clear that this place had stood for centuries, and every corner held memory and meaning. Finally, they arrived at the Queen's chamber. The doors, carved from a single massive crystal, slid open silently. Inside, the alien Queen awaited, seated on a throne that shimmered like liquid light. She regarded Alex with calm intensity, her eyes reflecting both curiosity and calculation. "Alex," she began, her voice a melodic resonance that seemed to echo directly inside his mind. "You have bonded with me, and yet You do not understand what it means. Alex bowed slightly. I feel it, Your Majesty. I can sense something, but I cannot explain it. I feel your thoughts, sometimes your emotions. It is unlike anything I have ever known. The Queen studied him closely. Yes, that is the bond. It is ancient, rare, and powerful. Long ago, humans and my people could form this connection naturally. You, however, are the first in centuries. Most humans cannot withstand the intensity, yet you are different. Alex swallowed, unsure how to respond. Different how? Different in mind, in courage, in heart, she replied. The bond is not just mental. It connects understanding, empathy, and intention. You will feel what I feel, and I will feel what you feel. It is a partnership, a unity. Many would fear it, but you embrace it naturally. Alex felt a warmth spread through him, a sense of purpose and belonging. He had always been an outsider, moving from world to world, never truly part of anything. But here, he sensed something profound, trust and recognition from a being far beyond his understanding. Before he could respond, a soft vibration ran through the palace floor. Lyron fluttered closer, whispering urgently, the artifact is resonating. The city senses the bond. Something stirs beyond the palace. The Queen rose gracefully from her throne. We must see this. She gestured for Alex to follow. And together they moved to a balcony overlooking the city. Below, citizens had gathered, their eyes wide as a faint glow spread through the streets. Crystalline energy arcs shimmered in patterns, responding to the bond between Alex and the Queen. Alex's heart raced. Is that dangerous? Not yet, the Queen replied, her gaze steady. But the energy is awakening. It responds to strong bonds, and yours is strong. The city itself recognizes the connection. The citizens below began to murmur. Some knelt, while others simply stared. A few whispered old stories, tales of humans who had walked among them long ago. Humans who had changed the course of history. They saw Alex not just as a visitor, but as a figure of legend come to life. You see, the Queen said, her voice calm but firm, your presence does more than you know. The artifact has awakened something that has slept for centuries. And you are the key. Alex felt both awe and anxiety. The key to what? To understanding, to unity, the Queen said. But first, you must understand the bond fully. You will feel more than thoughts. You will feel decisions, fears, hopes. You will be part of my mind as I am part of yours. Over the following days, the bond deepened. Alex experienced flashes of her memories, her first days as Queen, the weight of responsibility, moments of joy and sorrow. At first, it was overwhelming. He felt her fear when a rogue faction threatened the city, her pride when citizens achieved something remarkable, her curiosity about the stars and the worlds beyond. But slowly, he learned to navigate it. He began speaking with her silently, thoughts crossing the distance between them. Can you hear me clearly? He thought one morning. Yes, came her reply. And you understand me. It was strange to converse without words, yet natural. They shared laughter, small frustrations, and insights into one another's experiences. The bond was no longer a mystery. It was a partnership. Meanwhile, outside the palace, the city began to respond to Alex in subtle ways. Crystalline bridges shifted to align with his steps. Energy conduits pulsed in rhythm with his thoughts, and creatures once elusive approached him calmly. Birds with wings of light circled overhead, settling near him without fear. Even the streets themselves seemed to anticipate his presence. Lyron observed quietly. I have never seen a human interact with the city like this, it whispered. It is as if the city recognizes him, too. Alex smiled faintly. I don't know if I recognize it. It just feels right. The Queen's gaze softened as she watched him. It is right, Alex. The bond chooses not just the mind, but the heart. You have courage, wisdom, and a spirit that inspires. That is why the bond flourishes. One evening, as they trained in the palace's courtyard, a sudden alert rang through the city. The rogue faction, a group opposed to her rule, had infiltrated one of the outer districts. Citizens were in danger. Without hesitation, the Queen turned to Alex. Your bond gives you insight, she said. We must act together, Alex nodded, a surge of determination flowing through him. He could sense her strategies, her thoughts about defense and rescue. He shared his own ideas, combining human tactics with alien knowledge. They moved as one, a seamless team, directing the city's defenses and coordinating the citizens. By nightfall, the rogue faction was contained. No one was seriously harmed, and the Queen's leadership, combined with Alex's unique perspective, had prevented a disaster. The citizens below cheered, whispering among themselves. They had seen something extraordinary, a human and their queen, united in purpose. Capable of facing any threat, after the battle, the queen led Alex back to her chambers. You are more than a visitor, she said, her voice steady but tinged with awe. You are part of this world now, part of me, part of our future. The bond has chosen you, and through it, you have chosen to stand with us. Alex felt a warmth he had never known. I only wish to help, he said quietly. I never imagined. This help? She asked softly. You have done more than that. You have awakened hope. You have reminded my people that even across galaxies, connection is possible. You have reminded me that we are not alone. As he settled into the chamber that night, Alex felt the bond fully. He no longer feared it. He understood it. It was not a force to control, but a partnership to nurture. Through it, he could see the city's potential, the people's courage, and even the Queen's own strength. Outside, the city of Eloria glimmered under twin moons, alive and vibrant, and at the heart of it, a human and an alien queen shared a bond that could change everything. Together, they had begun a story that would ripple across the stars. One of trust, courage, and the extraordinary power of unity. Alex closed his eyes, feeling the quiet hum of the palace, the heartbeat of the city, and the steady presence of the queen beside him. He had arrived as a stranger, but now he was a part of something much greater. The bond was real, and together they would face whatever challenges awaited them, stronger than any one of them could be alone. For the first time, Alex felt truly at home, not on a planet, not among people, but in a connection that transcended worlds, species, and expectations. And he knew this was only the beginning. The skies above Eloria darkened with an unusual storm, one that shimmered with unnatural colors. Citizens looked up nervously as the twin moons reflected strange lights across the city. From the distant horizon, an alien fleet appeared, vast and menacing. Its ships glinting like obsidian shards in the light. Alex felt a chill run through him, not fear, but the weight of responsibility. The bond with the queen thrummed strongly now, guiding him, connecting him to her thoughts, her strategies, and her concerns. He could feel the pulse of the city, hear the quiet fear in the citizens' hearts, and sense the tension in the air. Lyran hovered beside him. The invaders are powerful. They have never seen the bond in action. Most would be afraid, it whispered. Alex shook his head. I've faced impossible odds before. We can do this together. The queen appeared at his side, regal and calm, though her eyes reflected the seriousness of the threat. You speak wisely, Alex. The bond gives us more than understanding, it gives us strength. The invaders will not anticipate what we can achieve together. They moved to the palace command chamber, a vast room of floating platforms and glowing consoles. Here, the queen and Alex coordinated the city's defenses. Normally, the council would deliberate endlessly, debating tactics and waiting for consensus. But with Alex's insight and the queen's authority, decisions were made swiftly. Alex suggested strategies that combined human logic and alien technology. He devised ways to use the city's energy conduits as defensive barriers, redirecting power to protect civilians and channeling it into concentrated blasts against enemy ships. The queen, feeling his thoughts, anticipated where to position her fleet for maximum effect. You think too quickly for them to counter, Lyran whispered, impressed. Alex only smiled faintly. I've had practice making fast decisions under pressure. That's all. As the enemy fleet drew closer, the skies erupted in color. Beams of energy streaked through the clouds as ships collided, explosions lighting up the darkness. Citizens watched in awe as the city's defenses, guided by the queen and Alex's coordinated efforts, moved like a single living organism. Bridges shifted, towers pulsed, and energy streams surged to protect the population. Alex felt the bond intensify. He could sense the Queen's calm determination, her precise calculations, and even her pride as the citizens rallied to their defense. In return, the Queen felt his courage, his focus, and the clever tactics he devised on the spot. Together, they formed a team no invader could have predicted. From the command chamber, Alex saw a squadron of the enemy ships attempting to bypass the city's energy barrier. "They're trying to outflank us," he said. "We need to anticipate their movements." The Queen nodded. "I feel it too. Let us act in unison." Alex closed his eyes, focusing on the bond. He sent a silent thought to the Queen, mapping out a defensive sequence. Energy beams shifted across the city in response, forming barriers and traps. Enemy ships, expecting disorganized resistance, were caught off guard. They collided, became trapped in energy nets, and were forced to retreat. Below, citizens cheered, whispering in disbelief. A human had not only joined them, but had led their defenses to success alongside their queen. For the first time in generations, they saw hope, a symbol that courage and unity could overcome the impossible. The battle, however, was far from over. A larger group of invaders was approaching from the north, more heavily armed and better coordinated. Alex and the Queen knew they had to act quickly. "Alex," the Queen said, her voice steady in his mind, "we must go to the front lines. Our presence there will inspire the citizens and the defenders." Alex nodded. "I'll follow your lead. Together, we'll hold them off." They moved swiftly through the palace corridors and onto the balcony overlooking the city. The air was thick with energy as they descended to the streets. Citizens and soldiers paused, stunned by their presence. Alex could feel the bond amplifying his focus, allowing him to predict enemy maneuvers before they occurred. As the enemy advanced, Alex directed the defenders with calm authority. "Form a perimeter here. Redirect the energy beams there. Watch their flanks." The Queen's presence beside him was like a beacon of power. Her energy flowed through the streets, reinforcing barriers, guiding citizens, and boosting the morale of her people. Alex could sense her pride and determination, and it strengthened his own resolve. For hours, the battle raged. Explosions lit the skies, energy beams streaked in every direction, and yet the city held. Every time the enemy tried to breach a sector, Alex and the Queen anticipated it, countering with precision. The bond allowed them to act as one, a seamless fusion of human ingenuity and alien mastery. During a brief pause in the fighting, Alex turned to the Queen. How do we keep this up? They're strong, and more keep coming." She looked at him, her gaze unwavering. "The bond sustains us. As long as we trust each other, we can face anything. Do not doubt yourself, Alex. You have proven your strength, not just in skill, but in courage and heart." Alex felt a surge of determination. He had never experienced anything like this. The bond was no longer mysterious, it was a source of power, unity, and inspiration. He knew that as long as they remained connected, they could protect the city. As night fell, the enemy made one final, desperate attempt to break through the city's defenses. A massive ship aimed directly at the central plaza, intending to destroy the heart of Eloria. Alex felt the danger through the bond instantly and shouted to the Queen, who mirrored his thoughts. "Focus the city's energy into the main conduit." Alex directed. "We can repel them together." The Queen's power flowed through him, and his commands flowed through her. The energy converged, forming a massive shield around the plaza. The enemy ship collided with the barrier, unable to penetrate it, and was hurled backward with tremendous force. Sparks and debris rained down, but the city remained intact. The citizens erupted in cheers, their awe turning into celebration. A human and their Queen had defended them, not through fear or brute strength, but through unity, courage, and brilliance. After the battle, Alex and the Queen returned to the palace. They were exhausted, yet the bond hummed with energy. Alex looked at her, understanding the depth of what had just happened. "We did it, together." The Queen's eyes softened. "Yes, together. You have shown not only courage, but wisdom, foresight, and loyalty." The bond between us is no longer just a connection, it is a force that strengthens this city, this people, and perhaps even the future of our worlds. Alex nodded quietly. I never imagined my rival would lead to this. I only wanted to help. You have done more than help, she said. You have reminded us all of what can be achieved when understanding and courage come together. The bond is rare, but it is real, and it has chosen you. That night, Alex stood on the palace balcony, looking out at the city. Though the battle had ended, he knew challenges were still ahead. The bond was powerful, but it was also a responsibility. Every thought, every action, every choice could affect not just him, but the Queen, the city, and even the entire planet. Yet, he felt ready. For the first time, he was not just a visitor in a foreign world. He was a protector, a partner, and a symbol of unity. The bond gave him strength, clarity, and a purpose he had never known died above him. The Queen watched silently, her eyes reflecting the glow of the city. The battle had proven one thing: humans and aliens, when connected through courage and understanding, could achieve extraordinary things. And Alex, once just a visitor, was now at the center of that possibility. The threat had passed, but the bond remained. Stronger than ever, it pulsed with life, energy, and promise. Together, the human and the alien queen had not only defended a city, they had begun to shape a future where unity and trust could overcome any challenge. And somewhere deep inside, Alex knew that the greatest tests, the greatest adventures, were yet to come. The city of Eloria shimmered under the gentle light of the twin moons, the crystal towers glowing softly after the long battle. Citizens moved carefully through the streets, repairing minor damages, comforting one another, and sharing stories of the night when a human and their queen had defended them together. The air was filled with a mixture of relief, pride, and quiet excitement. Alex stood atop the palace balcony, gazing out over the city. The bond with the Queen pulsed gently in his mind, a constant reminder of the connection that had grown over the past days. He could feel the emotions of the citizens' gratitude, admiration, and cautious hope, as though the city itself recognized him as more than a visitor. Lyran fluttered beside him, wings catching the soft light. The people are speaking of you as a legend, it whispered. They have never seen anything like this, a human bonded with the Queen. Alex smiled faintly. I did not do this alone. The Queen guided me, and the bond, it helped me understand. We did this together. Lyran nodded. Still, humans are not often seen in Eloria. They will remember this story for generations. Inside the palace, the alien queen prepared to address her people. The energy of the city hummed in anticipation. Citizens gathered in the central plaza, their eyes wide. Their whispers hushed as the queen appeared. Her form gleamed in the moonlight, her presence commanding yet filled with warmth. She raised her hand, and silence fell. Alex followed her to the edge of the balcony, standing beside her. He felt the bond pulsing stronger than ever. The queen turned her gaze to him, and for a moment, words were unnecessary. Every thought, every feeling, every memory of the past days passed between them silently. A quiet acknowledgement of trust, respect, and partnership. People of Eloria, the queen began, her voice calm yet powerful, carrying across the plaza. Tonight we have faced a threat unlike any before. We were challenged, and yet we stood together. We protected our homes, our families, and our city. We survived because courage, wisdom, and unity guided us. The citizens listened intently, their eyes fixed on her. Whispers spread through the crowd, words of awe, disbelief, and respect. Alex felt her words resonate within him. The bond allowed him to sense the weight behind them, the pride in her people, the strength she drew from them, and the hope she inspired. When she spoke of unity, he could feel the shared heartbeat of the city, the pulse of life flowing through every crystal tower and energy conduit. And tonight, the queen continued, I recognize someone extraordinary, a human who has stood with us, not as an outsider, but as a partner, a human who has bonded with me, who has shared in my thoughts, my strategies, and my heart. This human has proven that courage and understanding know no boundaries of species, culture, or world. Alex's heart raced. He had expected respect, perhaps gratitude, but not this level of recognition. The bond pulsed warmly, a wave of reassurance and pride that made him feel both humbled and honored. The Queen's gaze swept over the citizens, then returned to Alex. Alex, your presence among us is more than a story. It is a symbol. You have reminded us all of what can be achieved when we trust, when we act with courage, and when we unite across differences. You have reminded us that hope and determination are stronger than fear. Alex bowed his head respectfully. Your Majesty, I only wish to help. I could not have done this alone. Your guidance, the bond. It has shown me the way. The Queen smiled faintly, a rare softness in her otherwise commanding expression. Help alone does not define greatness. Courage, wisdom, empathy, these are the qualities that the bond has revealed in you. And now, as we face the days to come, I ask you to remain with us, not just as a visitor, but as a trusted ally and partner. The citizens erupted into cheers, their excitement and admiration filling the plaza. For generations, no human had been recognized in this way, and the bond between Alex and the Queen had ignited a new chapter for their civilization. Children pointed in awe, adults whispered stories to one another, and even the most skeptical citizens could not deny the truth. This human had earned a place among them. As the crowd settled, the Queen turned to Alex privately. The bond is permanent, Alex. It is not merely a connection of thought, but a connection of trust and respect. Together, we have faced danger, inspired our people, and begun a legacy that may last for centuries. Alex nodded, understanding the weight of her words. The bond had grown far beyond the initial curiosity and awe. It was now a source of guidance, strength, and shared purpose. He felt her thoughts clearly, felt the pulse of her city, and knew that his actions mattered not just to himself, but to countless lives. In the days that followed, Alex worked closely with the Queen to rebuild and strengthen the city. The citizens, inspired by their courage, assisted willingly, offering skills, labor, and insight. Alex continued to teach strategies, blending human and alien methods, while the Queen coordinated resources, energy, and defenses. The bond allowed them to act seamlessly. Alex could anticipate her needs, understand her thoughts, and even sense the subtle emotions that guided her decisions. In turn, she could perceive his reasoning, his observations, and his intentions. Together, they became more than the sum of their parts, a team capable of transforming not just the city, but the future of their people. Lyron observed quietly, often muttering in admiration. I never imagined a human could do this. And yet, here he is, not just surviving, but thriving, guiding, and inspiring. Alex, though proud, remained humble. It's not me alone, he said softly. The Queen, the bond, the people, they all make this possible. I'm only a part of it. One evening, as the twin moons rose high in the sky, Alex and the Queen stood together atop the palace balcony. The city below glittered like a sea of stars, alive with energy and renewed hope. You have changed everything, Alex, the Queen said quietly. Not just the city, not just me, but the very way my people see the universe. You are no longer an outsider. You are part of this world, part of our story, part of me. Alex felt the bond pulse warmly. A connection that was more than thought. It was trust, respect, and shared purpose. And you have changed me, Your Majesty. I've never felt this. Connected, this. Responsible. This alive. A gentle smile touched the Queen's features. The bond chooses carefully. It found you because you were ready, because you could embrace its power without fear. Together, we can face anything. And perhaps, together, we can reach further than anyone has before. Below, the citizens celebrated quietly, repairing, rebuilding, and sharing stories of the human who had bonded with their Queen for generations. Their histories would carry this tale, a story of courage, trust, unity, and the extraordinary connection between a human and an alien ruler. Alex took a deep breath, feeling the bond like a living presence around him. The path ahead was unknown, but he no longer feared it. He had a purpose, a partnership, and a connection that transcended worlds. And as he looked at the alien Queen, he knew that together they could face any challenge. explore any mystery, and shape a future stronger than anything they had ever imagined. The night air was cool, the crystal towers glowing softly in the moonlight. Alex felt at peace. He was no longer a stranger, no longer a visitor. He was a protector, a partner, and a symbol of hope. The bond with the Queen had not only changed him, it had begun to change everything. And somewhere deep within the palace, the Queen watched him, her eyes reflecting both pride and promise. The bond was real, powerful, and unbroken. Together, human and Queen, they would continue to shape a future where courage, understanding, and unity were stronger than fear. The story of the human who bonded with the alien Queen had only just begun.